Welcome back to the Hot Slice. I'm Creative Director Josh Keown.
And I'm Executive Editor Denise Greer.
Denise, it is time for my personal favorite episode of the season, the staff edition of the Hot Slice.
I love this episode. I just love coming together and being able to talk to you guys and see you on a Zoom call that doesn't have 20 other people on it. It's pretty fun.
Right. Yeah, because like I said, we do see each other on Zoom. But there's 20 people and we're discussing a bunch of other things. So it's nice to us get the inner circle here together and just have a chat. Later on, Jeremy White will be joining us, and our chief engineer of the Hot Slice, Katie Wilson, will be jumping in there as well.
Yeah, we hit on some pretty good subjects too.
It's a pretty meaty episode.
Yeah, especially I know we're all feeling it, that we miss coming together as a community, as the pizza tribe. It definitely hits us hard, and you can definitely hear that in our conversation about Pizza Expo being moved to June.
Yep.
And kind of the pros and cons of that and how that's going to play out. So it's going to be pretty fun.
We also touch on some internet trolls that I want to just say some activity was on our social media that, they were, saying, hey, stop with all the COVID talk, but we kind of addressed that in this podcast as well.
Absolutely. COVID is it's top of mind right now, and everybody's thinking about it, and we're just trying to help operators get through it. Another thing we're trying to help operators get through that we touch on is burnout. Man,
Mm-hmm.
Burnout is, I think every one of us are feeling just that sense of when can we just relax? When can we get a little bit of a break?
It's one thing after another, and we offer just some tips that we do on our personal day-to-day basis to combat stress. Whether it just be breathing techniques or taking 5 minutes to do a stretching, whatever it needs to be. But yeah, we throw some of those in there as well.
Absolutely. And then we do touch on just a little bit Pizza Expo 365. We're keeping a lid on that pretty good, because we want y'all to really experience it when it launches. It's a pretty exciting new thing and an area we've never been before, and Josh had a huge hand in making that happen. So I'm excited for that to roll.
Yeah, we don't want to half-ass it, so we want to make it the best platform possible. So we're just giving out a few details at a time until it's launched in January. But Denise, if you're ready to go, let's just get this thing started.
Hey, let's roll right into our staff chat.
Hey everyone, it's Katie, design lead here at Pizza Today, here to interrupt your podcast with a quick commercial break. Performance Food Service is proud to deliver high-quality products, innovative technology, and custom operational solutions to restaurants of all sizes across the country. The flagship division of Performance Food Group, with deep roots in the restaurant industry, Performance Food Service has been the exclusive distributor of the Roma family of brands for more than 65 years. This signature relationship has allowed Performance Food Service to become a leader in the pizza and Italian segment of food service nationwide. And now, back to the slice.
Welcome to the Hot Slice. This is the staff edition of the Hot Slice. I'm Josh Keown.
And I'm Denise Greer.
I'm Jeremy White. And we also have our sound engineer, Katie Wilson, hiding away somewhere.
I'm here. Hi.
She might take a peek out of her
Good morning,
cave
Katie.
at some point.
Good morning.
See, she said she didn't have to talk on the last one, so we just threw her right out there right away.
Now we're going to feed her to the wolves.
I appreciate that, guys.
So guys, this is a staff episode. We don't have a guest today. Every once in a while, as the Pizza Today editorial crew, we come together and talk shop a little bit about what we see going on in the industry. We've got a lot to talk about today.
Yeah, but first, before we get into that, I got to say, I love seeing y'all's faces. I do miss you. I miss seeing you in real life.
It's been, are we 8 months now? Or I've lost count how long we've been away from the office, but
it's been a hot minute. I'm getting text messages from Mikey Bausch and all kinds of people saying, man, I just miss seeing you guys. Everybody, man, the COVID fatigue is real, but more than that, everyone's just, they're tired.
I think everybody's just tired in general of everything.
The fatigue is set in, and everyone just wants to see one another. We want that big family reunion that we have in Vegas and Atlantic City every year, where we can come together and say hey and catch up with everyone. And everyone's just really missing that face-to-face time, whether it be business with exhibitors or just seeing one another and catching up. People are definitely missing it, no doubt.
Yeah.
So,
And
yeah,
last month we had a big announcement that we actually,
Huge.
we're trying to prepare for this, that we could move Expo to a little further out, have a little bit more security with folks. And now we have a June Expo, which means pool parties.
yes, it's going to be, hot in Las Vegas in June, but you know what? That's going to be a good change of pace, and I'm going to be happy to be there.
Normally we go in March, and it's been a long, cold winter here in the Louisville area where we all live. And we get out there and we kind of get our first blast of warm air and sunshine in spring, and it just lifts our spirits. We usually try to find an hour to go by a pool and just get some sun, and it just invigorates us. And then when we get back home, the weather starts to get a little bit better, and we're like, all right, we're out of winter. It's going to be weird going in June when it's 417 degrees and our faces are melting off. Honestly, we don't get much time outside of the convention center anyway. We're very, very busy when we're there, but it is going to be odd going in June and not having the NCAA basketball tournament going on out there. And it's going to be different, but after such a long hiatus, it's going to be rocking. It's going to be so fun.
Right. And I'm much more comfortable with the June date. I think it'll actually get done in June. So I'm very hopeful with that. And like I said, everybody's going to be so happy to see each other. It doesn't matter what time of year. And one more thing, I've been hearing a lot of, March is a busy season for a lot of pizzerias, and they can't make it out to Pizza Expo. So maybe June might be a better opportunity for them to get out there. The people haven't been able to get out there. Historically,
operators in Florida have a hard time because spring break is their busiest season of the year, and they're mid to late March, they are flooded, and it is their go time, and they can't leave their shops. So I know the state of Florida, the pizzeria owners there have to be happy that it's in June for sure. We'll see how it goes. I think it's going to be a huge turnout just because everyone's going to be excited to get out and get back together. I think it's going to be a good one no matter when we have it, honestly. But this hiatus definitely has built anticipation like never before, I would say.
Yeah, and if people haven't seen, Josh created this amazing little video that's out on social right now that actually made me tear up when I saw it for the first time, man. It just
that was the whole point of it, right?
Just the hugs and the getting together. Man, I can't wait to hug my pizza friends, man, my pizza family. I'm gonna give them the biggest hug I can if we have the vaccine and can hug at that point.
Since we're sentimental and teary-eyed right now and nostalgic and all that, what do you miss most about Pizza Expo? What's like the number one thing that when we finally stage our show that you're just going to be like, yes, I'm all over this. I'm so excited. I've missed this the most. What do you miss the most about the show?
Man, there are those big things like seeing the competitions and, watching the block party, the games. But for me, it's those small things, those interactions with the operators, talking to them one-on-one about, what's been going on and how things are going, and just hearing from them what's happening. Like I love being able to get up close, one-on-one, and talking with them and hearing from them. Like that's really what I love most.
Yeah. What about you, Josh?
It's a couple things. Well, first of all, Pizza Expo has a certain scent. Like it has a certain smell to it inside. It's a expo hall and pizza ovens and it's a certain scent. I miss that scent. And I like
it's
really just
pizza and red carpet, man. It's the red carpet's right. I think if they unrolled that red carpet right now, you can probably smell some basil and some oregano and tomato sauce in that carpet.
Yeah. So and like right before the show begins at 10, where the show floor opens, it's the whole like the build up. That is my favorite part. Is like everybody starts gathering by the door. And you see the excitement. It's just so much excitement in the air, and I'm taking pictures and video like crazy. but I also like to walk the floor just before the show floor opens, and it's like the calm before the storm, and I really enjoy
Yeah.
that part.
Yeah, that is fun. It's like an Olympic sprinter in the starting blocks, just waiting for the gun to go off so he can leap out of those blocks. That's exactly what it's like. Everyone's there just ready. For me, I miss it all. I think honestly what I've probably missed the most are the big bear hugs that I get from the Will Grants, Theo K from Australia, John
Yeah.
Gudikants, Mikey Bash, Tony G, just all of our fraternity, the people that we have such bonds with, that we interact with for business and personal purposes throughout the year. And then we actually get to see one another. And there's just that big bro hug, that big bear hug, it's I probably miss that the most. Of course, we'll see how COVID regulations are. We may have to blow a kiss from 6 feet
Arm
away.
tap.
I don't know. We'll figure it out. But that's just the interaction with the
Right.
people that make this industry special and unique, and that make this industry what it is. Just getting to see them in person again. It's that social aspect, I guess.
And poor Katie, she
Never
got hired
been.
on right after 2019 Pizza Expo. She was hired on, and she did get to go to a Pizza Impasta though. So, but she still hasn't been to Pizza Expo. She's been here over a year.
Yeah, I will have been at Pizza Today for 2 years when I go to my first Pizza Expo.
Never been to the Super Bowl. Katie's Katie's been to like some middle school basketball games, and then high school basketball games, and then she got to go to to Pizza Pasta Northeast, so she got to go to a high level college basketball game there, but she hasn't been to the Super Bowl. She hasn't been to the Granddaddy yet. This thing is
The big show.
mind blowing, Katie, and after you've worked on materials for the show, and you feel like the show, and then you walk in and you're like, holy cow, I had no idea. I had no clue it was this big and this boisterous and this awesome.
Oh, here's the thing.
wait.
She's already worked on materials for show. We've worked on materials for two shows.
On 2 shows, yeah.
That never saw the light of day, but hey, we still have those designs, and we can use them again if we need to.
It'll blow your mind.
Yeah. Even 10 years later, I still remember my first expo, like 9 years later. I still remember my first expo and how just blown away I was by, especially the show floor, because you don't think you're going to experience such a huge, just pizza focused. And Josh is right. The smells of that show floor is just amazing.
They all run together to me. I can't really tell you one from the other. It's all like one big mold of just shows.
Yeah, I can tell you guys. So my first Pizza Expo was March 2001, and up to date at that time, the 2001 show was by far the largest Pizza Expo ever produced. The show started in 1984. It bounced around to some different spots. It had done a little stint in Orlando. I think it'd been in New Orleans one year. It kind of bounced around, and then it kind of found a permanent home in Vegas. But the show was founded and owned and run by an individual, and it was slowly growing. It was nowhere near the beast it is now, but in 2001 was kind of a year where a lot of things came together for it, and it kind of made a big jump in terms of the size of the show. And that was my very first show. And I guess because it had made such a large jump from what it had previously been, there was just a lot of energy and enthusiasm and buzz. And I remember it was palpable. I could feel it. When you go to a concert and the drummer hits that bass drum really hard and you kind of almost feel it in your chest like a firework just went off. There was just like that buzz and that energetic feeling that I could literally feel in my body. And it was so cool. And then to give you guys a contrast, because I've been around just a little bit longer than you guys did, 2003 was probably the worst feeling ever. We had just the United States had just invaded Iraq for the Iraq War, the second war in Iraq in 2003. We had just gone overseas and started this war, and everyone was scared to get on an airplane. We'd had the terrorist attacks from 9/11 fresh in our minds. We were a nation at war. Everyone was scared to travel. The economy was bad. Just things were bad. And I remember walking in to the Las Vegas Convention Center. I don't know what the attendance was that year. I can't remember. It was maybe 3,000 or 4,000. It was small. It was definitely much smaller than it had been in 2001, just 2 years previously. The energy, the people who were there were happy to be there, but the energy wasn't there. People were scared. We had just freshly gotten, if I'm not mistaken, the war may have started like a day or two before the show. So it was just like this terrible feeling.
Yeah.
And so I've seen, and then lately you guys have all seen how big and bad the
Yeah,
shows
I mean,
have been.
well,
And
you know, you
bad in a
said
good way,
like
big
in
and bad,
2000,
monstrous, how great they've been. So I've
right?
seen the gamut, and it's really, and then of course having to cancel the show last March, what a roller coaster of emotions that
Yeah.
it can be. So
And you said, you saw the big jump in growth in 2001. I think 3 years ago was probably when we had another, just like, oh wow, this is
yeah,
getting out of control.
Yeah.
This is maybe a little too big for our staff. I'm glad Emerald come along and had some assets for sure.
yeah, we had some support staff that
Absolutely.
came in at a time we needed it. It was getting to the point where, was the tail going to wag the dog? Could we tame this tiger? Because again, it's big and bad and ferocious. Can our little tiny staff tame this? And then, like you said, Josh, Emerald Expositions came along with a entire support staff from marketing to operations, and then suddenly, where there used to be 8 to 10 people working on this massive event, now there
20,
sometimes 30 or
30,
40
yeah.
different people from different departments that have some sort of hand in it, whether it's an operational capacity or helping market the show to attendees or whatnot. So it definitely feels like now we're riding the tiger versus trying to grab it by the tail.
Yeah, I just think 2021 though, it's going to be a very powerful and emotional show, I think, for a lot of us, because it's us getting back into our whatever that normal is, but getting back into a rhythm of our lives again, and it's going to be pretty awesome.
It's also going to be really powerful for all the pizzerias out there, all the restaurants out there. I mean, hopefully by mid to late whatever 2021, they're going to have all their guests back in there, and hopefully in the restaurants. So and have that vibe again, and it's going to be an emotional year for everyone, I do believe.
Have you guys ever wanted the calendar to turn as badly? Look, I'm 45 years old now. The older you get, the faster time goes by. You don't necessarily look forward to that next birthday. You don't see that higher number put on the board, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know that I've ever wanted to see the calendar turn to a new year as badly as I do right now. It's just 2020. It is time to bury that thing 6 feet under, put the tombstone on it, and let the light shine on the new year. 2020 has been something else.
Hey everyone, it's Katie, design lead here at Pizza Today, here to interrupt your podcast with a quick commercial break. If you're looking for a POS provider that truly understands pizzerias, look no further than PDQ. Designed from the ground up for the exact needs of pizzerias, PDQ POS has been doing pizza ordering, delivery, and takeout for over 32 years. With all the functionality you need in today's environment, including online ordering, rewards, seamless integration, contactless functionality, and so much more, PDQ is your single source for, well, everything. Learn more today at pdqpos.com or call 877-968-6430. That's 877-968-6430. And now, back to the slice.
Let's see. We, on our socials, we got some slack for, I'm going to bring this up. We got some
trolls.
slack for, talking about COVID on our checking in. I'm not sure which episode it was, talking about the COVID situation with the pizzeria operators. So our sole intention for being here is to help pizzeria operators and owners. And that is exactly what they're going through right now. So if a pizza operator in Omaha can learn something from this pizza operator in Florida, our job is done. So, I just don't understand, we have to talk about it because it is the number one thing, going on in the restaurant industry right now.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
hey, trolls will be trolls. It's nonsensical. Have at it. Have your opinion. Say your piece. Look, if you don't want to wear a mask because you think the government is overstepping its authority and violating your personal rights, fine. Do you? Don't wear your mask. All right. But when a pizzeria owner has his or her livelihood at stake, whether you agree with it, whether you think these regulations need to be in place, or whether you think it's some authoritarian overstepping of the bounds, that's fine. Have your opinion. But the pizzeria owner who has his or her livelihood at stake because they're operating at 25% capacity, or they're working their 72nd hour of the week and it's only Wednesday, but they've had to do that because so many staff have either called in sick or are scared to come in and work or can't take the chances because they live with their elderly mother who's immunocompromised. Put yourself in the shoes of that operator. He or she trying to save their business, trying to put food on their table, trying to pay their mortgage, trying to make their car payment. They're scared. They've seen traffic in the restaurants decrease. They've seen an increase in regulations that may have negatively impacted them. Maybe they're still waiting on that PPP funding that was promised and they haven't received it yet. And maybe they're scratching their heads trying to figure out how they can pay their distributor for the next shipment of supplies, or how they can pay their landlord their rent. And they're making cuts to the marketing budget, or they're making cuts here and there, and they're overworked and they're overstressed, and they're trying to work within all these rules and regulations to keep their business alive. Go sit down with them and look them in the eye and tell them your concerns are invalid. Your concerns are stupid. Why are you giving in to the man by talking about this and making your customers wear a mask? Go sit down and look that person in the eye and have that conversation with them. And then maybe come up with a meaningful way to actually help them with their business. And if you can do that, more power to you. Otherwise, look, you're entitled to your opinion. That's fine. We're here to help these operators get through this. They're scared. COVID, you say what you want about the infection rate, say what you want about how many people die from it and what percentage it is. That's fine. Have your opinions, okay? But we're here for the pizzeria operators who are trying to make a living and do the best they can. And we will, this is a topic that is on their minds. We get emails, calls, text messages, social media messages every single day about how COVID is impacting their business. We get questions, we get concerns. We're going to address them because this is our tribe. These are our people. That's who we're here for. We are absolutely going to address those concerns. If you don't like it, scroll past our page. All right. We don't care. I'm just being honest with you.
On top of that, we have a monthly magazine, and we can't hit on every single subject in a timely enough manner in that magazine to be able to hit some of these like very week by week topics. So we're going to hit those on social. We're going to hit them on pizzatoday.com. We're going to hit them wherever we can, because that's our goal, is to make operators more profitable, make them, help them succeed in their business goals. It's something that's really top of mind with me right now is burnout. And you kind of alluded to that. And so that is something that I think we should just kind of talk about, is how can we help these operators like focus on, hey, burnout's going to come. Like either it's already there or it's coming for you and your team. I mean, we have essential workers that, they've made the call. They've come to work when others, haven't. So, how can we help them, to get past a burnout, because it is coming, and we may have a wave that's coming that's going to be really bad this winter. So what can we do to help with the burnout?
It feels very much like a second wave is coming. All the
third wave or fourth wave. I'm not sure what wave we're on.
I don't even
now,
know what wave it is anymore.
It's a big one.
Relentless, and it's coming. Denise, Scott Anthony, who, for those listening who may not know him, Scott Anthony owns a pizzeria in Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania. He also contributes to the magazine and contributes to our trade shows. He recently wrote an article just kind of on that very topic that you're discussing, about kind of the mental toll, the mental impact that these shutdowns and the scary time has had on pizzeria owners and operators. And essentially the gist of the article is it's a trying time. It's mentally challenging. You gotta have some self-care, whether it's seeing a therapist or whether it's taking some time to just get away and get some fresh air and go for a walk. But there's got to be some mental me time, because you can't be on high alert and going full tilt 24/7, 365. You will burn out. You've got to take some time. And it's hard when you own a pizzeria and your employees can't come to work or are scared to come to work, or they've tested positive or live with someone who's tested positive and have to quarantine. And again, you find yourself working your 80th hour and it's only Thursday, but it's hard. It is so hard.
But it's something that, you definitely have to build into your schedule. I build it into my schedule. I'm not a pizzeria. I'm not as busy as these people, but it's something that's so important to build into your schedule, because like you said, Jeremy, if you're running hot for too long, it's just going to break down. So spend that time, whether it's 10, 15 minutes in the morning, breathing, meditation, just getting your thoughts together, and doing it before bed and sometime through the day. I mean, that goes a long way.
It does. There are apps on your phone. Obviously, we're not product salesmen here, but Headspace, Calm, find one. There's so many. A lot of them are free. And even like you said, Josh, just that 10 minutes of listening to some soothing sounds and closing your eyes and focusing on your breath and really inhaling and exhaling will lower your heart rate and calm your body. And some people laugh it off and be like, yeah, some new age stuff. What are you going to tell us to go do yoga? Hey, yeah, sure. Whatever works for you. Maybe you go fish for 10 minutes. Maybe you shoot some baskets on a goal for 10 minutes. I don't know. Whatever your thing is that helps calm you and relax. Maybe just petting your dog, right? But whatever is going to help you relax and calm down and focus your breathing and lower your heart rate.
Yeah, it's a basic reset,
COVID times, non-COVID times. It's just good for your body, right? Good for your soul.
Yeah, it's a basic reset. Like I said, if you can just do 10 deep inhales and exhales, just right there where you're at. If you're at the register, wherever you're at, that's going to go a long ways as well. So, just little things like that.
I'm going to mention something, and it's going to be real hard for some operators to do, but you got to delegate, man. You cannot wear every piece of your operations on your shoulders. If you do, then, what happens if you get sick or you need to be away? You've got to delegate. You've got to, let other people in. It's going to help your stress level, and it's going to, just alleviate a lot of the pressure that's put on your shoulders if you can do that.
Yeah, if you're the guy or the gal who has to make the pizza, answer the phone, talk to the customer, deliver the pizza, do the social media marketing, clean the floor yourself, you're the control freak who has to do everything yourself, and then you end up getting sick, your business is in a world of hurt. No doubt about it.
We need to talk a tiny bit about what's our big launch that's coming in January.
Oh,
just a little teaser,
it's time for something positive.
Yeah, that's actually good. It's going to help operators, and I'm excited about it.
Yeah, well, we all have a hand in it, and we're all working on it. And I would say that no one has put in more manpower and time on the project than Josh. So I think Josh should talk about it a little bit.
Yeah, I don't even know how many hundreds of hours I've been into it now, but it's going to be a game changer for our industry. I think, we're going to have a one spot where you can get it all done. You can talk to your exhibitors. You're going to be able to see their products. You're going to be able to request samples, see new products. It's going to have, special show specials, that you can only get on Pizza Expo 365. And of course, we're going to have Pizza Expo 365.
Pizza Expo 365.
Yeah, Pizza Expo 365. And, we're going to have over 100 hours of education there. So it's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing and it's free registration.
Free of charge for the
Free.
attendee. And
Free of
it
charge.
is, it's everything from Pizza Today on steroids, because we've got the print magazine, and we're still going to continue to have that. Obviously, we've got pizzatoday.com. It has a lot of content. We're going to still continue to have that. Obviously, we have the live shows. We're still going to stage those as soon as we can, obviously. But Pizza Expo 365 kind of rolls all those components into one. There will be content that is very valuable to those who own pizzerias, seminars, demonstrations on topics that run the gamut, just like you'd see in the magazine. We'll address marketing, we'll address food demos, we'll address financial concerns. All that will be there, just like you were at the show. But like you said, Josh, there's also a show floor on there where you can, if you're a pizzeria owner, you can interact with exhibitors and companies that do business in this industry and align themselves with this industry. So if you're looking for a new point of sale system and you can't wait until June to demo one in person in Las Vegas, you need one. It's Valentine's and you need one now. Guess what? You can go right onto this 365 platform, and you can schedule consultations with point of sale companies and do online demos and talk to their reps about the hardware and the software and the capabilities, and ask your questions. If you're looking for a new pepperoni, a new cheese, a new whatever it is, just like at Pizza Expo, it'll be there. You can schedule calls directly to talk to these product experts and find a fit for you. It's pretty amazing stuff. And you have taken the lead on the development of this. You've put in so many hours of time and effort in just to the design of the site, the look of the site, the feel of the site. We work with an outside third-party vendor. Obviously, you're not a developer. You're not writing codes and writing programs, but you sure are making it look really pretty, and you are making it intuitive and user-friendly. And those who own pizzerias, when they hit this platform, I think that they're going to be excited and surprised about all the various capabilities. Obviously, you want to get to Las Vegas in person, but when you can't be there in person, this is a pretty darn good substitute.
Well, I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
And that's the thing. We wanted to make this as easy as possible, and that hopefully shows in the design. We don't want to get a lot of fluff. We don't want to jump through a lot of hoops. You're there to see education. You're there to learn, and you're there to shop. And it's gonna be as straightforward as possible.
I mean, it's free. We're basically charging you your email address, right? Give us your email so we can stay in touch with you, and you're in the door. That's
Absolutely.
pretty phenomenal, actually.
Yeah, I'm very excited about it. I can't wait. Well, so how should we close this out, guys?
It's been real. 2020, time to kiss it goodbye. In about a month and a half now. Look, we've got Thanksgiving coming. We've got Christmas coming. We've got New Year's coming. We've got a lot of good holidays coming. We got the 365 platform coming. We've got a show staging in June. We've got a great issue in print for you every single month. We've got the social channels, the website, the newsletter. We're staying in touch with our operators every way we know how. We're trying to bring the positivity, trying to give them information that are going to help them succeed and get through these very trying and challenging times. And we're not going to downplay, for those who would like us to, we're not going to downplay how difficult this time is for our readers and our attendees. We're going to help them get through it. So we're staying positive. We're working hard on your behalf, and we are going to continue to do so. Now, hey, next Thursday, we release our podcast on Thursdays. Next Thursday is Thanksgiving, so we're not lining up a guest for a major holiday like that. There will be a podcast out there. We're going to take our episode with the one and only Tony Gimignani, right? The Michael Jordan of the pizza industry. We had a great episode with him. We're gonna replay that on Thanksgiving if you missed it. And look, let's be honest. For those of you who watch football on Thanksgiving, you got the Dallas Cowboys and the Washington football team on Thanksgiving Day.
Yeah, I'm listening to Tony over that any day.
Absolutely horrible football teams. It's going to be bad football. So when you're eating your turkey
by yourself, eating your turkey by yourself this year, of course.
Yeah, turn the football off and listen to Tony G. I promise you, it'll be far better than watching two subpar football teams going at it, right? So listen to Tony G.
Giving him some credit for subpar there.
and then we'll be back at it after that with more guests, and we're just going to keep the energy coming for you guys. And that's all. Hey, that's all I know at this time. What do you guys think?
Sounds good. I'm ready.
Yeah, everyone have a great Thanksgiving. I know it's going to be a different Thanksgiving, but make the best of it.
All right, hang in there, everybody. We're here for you. You know where to find us, and we'll talk again soon.
Oh yeah, don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe to this podcast.
Subscribe. Yes.
Subscribe.
Follow us on social and reach out.
All right, we'll see you guys.
All right, see you
guys.